All right, so hey everyone, welcome to the stream. And today we'll be diving back into Reaktor for another episode. So today we're gonna dive into using Reaktor uh, in a way that we can create a dynamic bass patch. So with that being said, I'm gonna open up my version of Reaktor, and we're gonna get started. So I'm Danny Xander. Welcome to the Reaktor stream, and I'm going to show you how to create a dynamic bass patch from scratch. If you're a music producer just curious about modular synthesis, this is definitely for you. And before we get started, here's a quick, I'll give you a quick preview. Uh, in this section here, this is the play section. You're going to play instruments that are pre-built inside Reaktor. That's going to include instruments that are pre-built inside of Reaktor for you to mess around with and use. So let's just open that up again. And then you have the patch section where you can patch together modular components. And then finally, if we open it up again, you have the build section where you can patch together not only modular components, but you can go deeper into the primary level, adding in some other modules to create the sounds that you want to hear. So I'm going to start off, and we're going to start with a fresh ensemble, which is that. I'm going to add the key modules we need here for this bass patch, which are a note in, an oscillator, a filter, an envelope, an LFO, and an output. So I know I said that really fast, but we'll get into it a little bit slower, kind of explaining how it goes along. So we added a note in to receive signal. And once we add in the note in, the next component we drag in is we bring in the oscillator. And after the oscillator, we're going to change that to sawtooth. Once you bring the oscillator, it brings a nice harmonic rich structure, perfect for bass sounds. And we're going to connect that up. And then we're going to add in a filter, an LFO, and output. So that's going to be to a VSCA, and then to a stereo levels out. So bring that in, connect it up, so you can hear what kind of sounds we're dealing with. And then this will go to our left and right, and these will go out. So if we turn up our amp, we should be getting sound, which we are. I'm going to hook the LFO up to our filter. Get a nice wobbly bass sound with some of the key tracking. Already we're getting somewhere with our patch, giving us a nice harmonically rich bass. We can visualize that by opening up our scope and really getting a sight of what our sound is doing. So you can play that again. You can see the waveform is coming through here. A nice sawtooth. You can see that that's being in real time by changing the waveform. Bring in a pulse. You can play with the pulse width, the modulation. We can go back to a saw. Nice buzzy saw. You can even double this up, adding in a second oscillator so that we can thicken our tone and make it more complex. Maybe even detuning it slightly. So we can detune this one. And then we can add in our second oscillator by bringing in a mix module. So bring that in, connect it up. And there we go. Just gonna make sure my outputs are outputting a sound still. And you can hear the waveforms clashing with each other. And the waveforms become much more complex, moving up and down. Let's add in different waveform. Turn up the volume. Detune slightly. Much more complex sound. Move our modules around a little bit just to get them in the right spot so that everything's visually where it should be. Okay, so now we have that envelope control. We have that control over our filter. We're going to add in one more thing, which is envelope control, just to our filter itself, giving us the ability to modulate that over time. And we will rename this our filter 80 star. And then we can tweak our knobs. And fine tune our patterns and parameters. So there you have it, a dynamic bass created in just a few minutes in Reaktor. And this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of when it comes to what you can do with Reaktor. And if you enjoyed this live stream, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments with like what sound design techniques you'd like to see me do next or see me talk about. And thanks for tuning in, and as always, keep experimenting and making great music. Peace.